An update to a story we followed all day yesterday. After nearly 24 hours, an all-night hearing on education savings accounts ended at the state capitol around 6:30 this morning. More than 300 people signed up to tell lawmakers what they think about House Bill 3. The bill would allow the use of taxpayer money to help kids attend private school. ESAs are a priority for state Republican leaders. Supporters say they would give parents more freedom to decide how their kids are educated. And private school leaders say HB 3 will open doors for a lot more students.
While we've never turned away a student or a family based solely on finances, we know that many do not apply because they see that financial barrier standing in the way of educational choice for their family. HB 3 addresses this issue by offering financial support to families, ensuring that school choice isn't just an ideal, but a practical option for everyone, no matter their income level.
Opponents call them school vouchers, and many say they'll harm public schools. Just before 5:30 this morning, a student spoke out against that plan. She said the closest private school to her is more than an hour away.
Like my family and many of my friends' families, we do not have the time or resources to send our kids to those schools, even if we had an ESA. There are bigger problems in public education, and ESAs should not be a priority. ESAs would take money away from public schools, and students like me will face the repercussions.
Under House Bill 3, if the state gets more ESA applications than it has money for, students living below the poverty line and special education students would get priority. After the all-nighter, HB 3 was left pending in committee. This is a top priority for the governor, but local school leaders say this is not a Republican or conservative value. This is about funding and maintaining public schools. All right, Anna Aird spoke to East Texas educators who say they're preparing for changes should legislatures pass the bill this session.
House Bill 3 would establish education saving accounts providing funding for parents who choose to enroll their children in an accredited public school.
Most counties in Texas don't have a private school in the county. And so, and of course, when they're truly rural, that's not an option. You know, whether going to private school is really not an option. And so it's just going to pull funds away from public schools.
Lindale ISD Superintendent Stan Surratt expressed concerns that this bill could divert funding to public schools in rural communities just like Lindale.
It's $1 billion they got budgeted, and in their own estimates, it goes way up in the future. And so they're going to pull that money away from public schools where they should be going to help more teachers, more students, more resources for the classroom.
Surratt says private schools don't offer the same services as public schools like special education and aren't held to the same accountability standards. Center ISD Superintendent Dr. Brian Morris shares similar concerns, saying parents already have school choice.
The problem I have where I take issue with what's happening in Austin right now is we're going to take taxpayer money. We're going to give $10,000 per child if they want to go to a private school.
And I just don't understand the thinking by school leaders and why they're pushing this on where we're going to give money to families that are already in private school. And that's not a conservative principle.
If this bill is passed, Superintendent Surratt has a plan to ensure resources stay allocated to schools.
We've had, I think, 3 TREs over the last, 15 years here in Lindale. So we went to the voters and asked, hey, would you, raise your taxes so we can have more funding for resource for our children and our teachers? And they've said yes to all 3 times. So.
Reporting for CBS 19, I'm Ayana Aird.
And other top stories across Texas.